Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Kamran Qamar on the line. He's the founder over at Mooditude. Kamran, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, so, I'm doing fantastic, and I'm excited to get into today's topic today. I think what you're doing is helping a lot of people, and I'm happy to bring this to my audience. So we're going to talk about building resilience to depression and anxiety using Mooditude. Just to start out with, tell us a little bit more about your company, Mooditude, please.
Yeah, so Mooditude is an app and a program which helps you build resilience to depression and anxiety. It's a three-part program. One, its software helps you identify your emotional triggers and the thinking patterns that are holding you back. Then we help you change those thinking patterns so you can be resilient to depression or anxiety. And finally, we help you build habits or positive habits that will create a lasting cure to your depression.
So as we're going to drill further into the app and what you're doing, but maybe just to set the stage, tell us a little bit more, because I don't want to assume that all the listeners listening to this right now know this. Can you tell us a little bit more about this anxiety and depression? Like I would argue, like epidemic that's out there, because it's a big problem, and not just in the United States but worldwide.
Tell me, there are 1 in 5 Americans faces depression or anxiety-related issues, and that is pre-COVID. And the solution out there is very, there are not many solutions. To be very frank, there are only 25 therapists for 100,000 Americans. And if you go in the suburb area, there are only 1 therapist for 30,000 Americans. And the demand is for at least 62 therapists. So there is a pandemic going on. With COVID and everything, this demand has increased like anything. And that is where my app, Mooditude, helps.
So let's go into, thank you for setting that stage. Let's go into a little bit further. I want to go into like the application itself and how people use it. Give us a little bit. I know it's radio, so it's a little difficult to do, but take us through that user experience.
Sure, absolutely. So people who already go to the therapist, they know how that thing works. But for other general public, if you have never used it, it's a very simple app. First, it helps you figure it out how your mood is. Now, figuring that your mood out is same as measuring your temperature. If you are sick, how you will know you are sick or not? You use thermometer to find out if you have a fever or not. Similarly, tracking your mood is a way to find out that what are your depression levels. So at the very basic level, this is the measurement tool. Then second, once you figure this thing out, app has an AI built into it. It keeps track of what triggers your mood and can tell you back that you get sad or depressed when you are doing X. X could be you were at work, or you were at alone, or you were with that friend who is always a downer for you. So these information then you can use to prepare yourself. On top of it, the third part is it helps you do certain CBT exercises or cognitive behavioral therapy exercises. These exercises are the same exercise which a therapist will do in a session. They help you understand your thinking patterns or thought patterns and uncover the distortion in there. So I give you a very good example. Let's suppose you are at the mall, and a friend just walked by, and your eyes meet, but he never stops. So there are multiple things that can come to your mind. It could be like, hey, maybe this person is So obnoxious, he does not look at me. He thinks something of himself. Or you can also think that, hey, this person, I'm not good enough. He does not want to be associated with me. Or you can think that, hey, this person might be in a hurry and he does not have time to talk to me right now. So out of that, if your first thought was the middle one, that, hey, this person does not want to associate with me, I am a loser, then that's what triggered all the bad emotions. And we help you uncover that part. Once you have uncovered that part, the app will walk you through to change it. We will give you certain exercises that you can do on a daily or weekly interval that will gradually change your thinking patterns. So that's how the app will help you build resilience to stress and anxiety.
Man, I love this. I love how this works, and it makes so much sense. And one of the big things about this, and it's just like so a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives listening to this that maybe haven't considered therapy and or using an app, but it's just like saying if you don't measure something in your business, whether it's an outcome or an expected outcome or something that you want to happen, then you don't really know, you don't have very much control over those results. So I see this as much as the same way. You're giving people an opportunity to measure and to track and to figure out the patterns that are leading to a certain result. So just like you would think it's ridiculous not to track something in your business because how are you going to fix it? Same thing with your emotions or your personal side of things, and especially if you're suffering from anxiety or depression. It's like if you're not tracking that and engaging with to figure out what's going on, like how do you fix it, right?
Absolutely. You said it very well. Exactly.
So, Kamran, that being said, if somebody's listening to this, what are the right types of? Give us an overview of kind of like the next step. Like, how does somebody engage with the app? How do they download? Give us that kind of feel. What platforms is it available for? Tell us a little bit more. It's kind of the nuts and bolts of it, please.
Sure. So, app is available both on iOS and Android. Android version is a pre-registration for right now, but it will be available in next month. If you are listening to it after in July and onward, it's available on both platforms. Just type in Mooditude. We even on the Google, we are on the first page. Just go there, type it, and it will be the first link, and it will take you to the appropriate app stores to download.
Man, I love this. Well, Kamran, really appreciate you coming on the show today and telling us a little bit more about the work that you're doing over at Mooditude, really to combat, depression and anxiety nationwide and worldwide, which is a big, big problem. So love that. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave a review in the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Business, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. I'd love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Kamran, thanks again for coming back on the show.
Thank you very much, Adam. Thanks for hosting me. I appreciate it.